The other key thing that the selection committee looks at is not just what will help my company, but what will help the industry. What will be good even for the smaller contractor, the one that's not in the room, because this organization represents all of the contractors, not just the elite contractors.
You know, that's a good question for Wayne.
Well, in that context, that's something that I wanted to ask, not having participated actively in one of the committee operations yet. I mean, it's important to me, at least I would think, that you have diversity in terms of membership in that selection committee. You know, what steps do you take to try to make sure that you draw? I mean, a lot of members, a lot of the council people come from organizations that can afford to make large contributions. So I mean, it almost means that you're going to have a certain exclusivity. So how do you make sure you represent the interests of the smaller firms? So what is the process, or how do we work towards that goal?
How is the committee selected, Russ? How does this?
We have, what, 12 members?
Is
committee?
Yeah, the committee is selected by the chairman working with the chairman of the Board of Trustees. Mm-hmm. Actually, this year we've expanded the committee to get a little broader involvement, but we look at a geographic type of individual and also type of company.
Okay.
Could be a distributor, manufacturer,
right.
Predominantly contractors, size of the company, and also the type of business that the person focuses on. Wayne, let's put you in the perspective of receiving your first set of 70 one-page concept papers from the besides being overwhelmed.
Yeah, that's going to be my first reaction.
What elements are you going to look for in the proposals to make a, to narrow it down to 10?
It's a good question, because you need to find some framework for evaluating these things. Otherwise, you're going to go nuts. I mean, you're going to be reading them and all. At some point, it's just going to zone out. It's all going to look the same, I think. So I had asked Beta, and she had forwarded some information about it. Do you have like at least a loosely defined criteria for objectively reviewing these things? I mean, you can read through, and some of them you're going to feel good about it when you read it, and you can say, yes, it's important, but it has to go beyond being just something that's important. There's other questions like, aside from, is it going to benefit the industry? Is it going to benefit a wide range of contractors? But is it something that's doable? You can have a very lofty goal, but the question is, do you really think they can achieve the objectives set forth in this one-page proposal, given the funding level they're asking? Mm-hmm. Is the funding level too much? Is it too little? Do we have any experience with the researcher?
Brian, you're a veteran at this. What process have you used to really narrow down and find the best projects?
I will take, if we have 5 categories, we haven't always had 5, and I'll try to cut it down, just center on one category, and try to cut that one down to 2 or 3 proposals. And I'll do that on each of them, so I'm down to about 15. I think it's important to try to have a study from all of the categories. Again, we're trying to have things of interest to all of our members. So I get it down to that smaller number of 15 to 20. And then I just go back through them all again and start eliminating in each area. Well, in this one, I picked 3, and this is my 1, 2, 3. And I do that in each one, and then I work it down through there. When you get your books, you do not want to procrastinate. Because it takes a lot of time. And if you get yourself down to only about 2 weeks left before we have our conference call, you really will be overwhelmed.
I think one of the most important things is that we continue to have these conversations and that we continuously improve our process.
Absolutely.
And that's what's really made it effective over the years and allows us to continue to grow.